Storm 4 is one of CC2's biggest successful Storm games, ranking in over 11 million copies sold alone. The game has some strong points and some negative aspects to it, so I was curious to find out how the development process of Storm 4 really was. The development process of Storm 4 started around 2014, somewhere around Storm Revolution's development. The initial plan was for Storm 4 to be released in fall of 2015, but due to delays in the development process, the release date was scheduled to early 2016. During the development, CC2 often went over the budget, which angered people at Bandai Namco. The budget for this game was one of the biggest budgets out of all the previous Storm games, which was around 1.4 million yen. The reason for that is that the game boasts a cast of 120 characters, and each character took around 14 man-months to create. For this, CC2 made a small list of development levels which were separated from S till C rank, which helped with the character's creation. S rank means that that's a new character in the game. A rank means that the character is there but needs new jutsus, movesets and so on. B rank means almost the same as A rank, but only if one thing is needed for the character. C rank means that the character needs a minor adjustments. This allowed CC2 to plan available manpower and budget more efficiently. Initially, at the start of the development process, CC2 experimented on making this game a 7th gen game by releasing it for the PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360. But once CC2 tried to implement the Mother with Hashirama fight, they understood that the 7th gen consoles won't be able to produce the wanted results, so they decided to switch to only the next gen consoles. The development on PlayStation 4 system was not as straightforward as you might think. In an interview with Famitsu, Hiroshi Matsuyama said that gameplay was also a concern. We were still learning about PlayStation 4 and needed to relearn how far we could push the system while maintaining stability. We also put great consideration into what makes these games fun and channeled that into Storm 4's experience. We dug deeper and deeper, and we were shocked at how much the PlayStation 4 could handle, though it did make our lives harder. Following the demo release of Storm 4 in June 1st 2014, the developers had doubts that they would be able to meet expectations, but thankfully the fans' reception of the demo was superb. After the initial fans' reception, CC2 worked even harder than previously. As Matsuyama stated, quote, "With planning we had to take everything one at a time. One line of code, test, then add and repeat. It made management difficult as we could only focus on one thing at a time and kept other departments on standby." End quote. Initially, Matsuyama toyed with the idea to add the next generation, aka Boruto, into the game as well, but sadly, thanks to the time constraints, it was not possible. But after the Boruto movie in 2015, CC2 were able to add a DLC that encodes all the events from the movie. The game's initial story mode is riddled with anime still frames in the show. 60% of the games are just anime still frames, but the biggest reason for that was the schedule. Well, initially CC2 actually made the in-game cutscenes for some of the sections. For example, the Kid Kakashi and Obito section. In the game, it consists mainly of still frames, but in the game's files, it is possible to find and see 11 minutes of in-game cutscenes that sadly have no voice. If CC2 had more time, they would have made the story even better as it is. If you want to see almost all of the cut content, click here. While developing the battle mechanics for the game, CC2 mostly listened to fans' feedback regarding the previous games. In an interview with Gamatsu, Matsuyama said, "And we received a lot of feedback on the battle system. In particular, it was guard break and Atemi or counterattack. In regards to those, I got feedback from many who said to just drop and get rid of it. Others said it should stay because it's a critical part of the strategies, and others conveniently ask for a better balance. We get a lot of feedback, so we're trying to balance it out as the best we can, so it probably won't be the same as before, but I'm hoping everyone will look forward to what we can bring out." The developers as well took fans' feedback in consideration of Team Ultimate Jutsus. They found out that the most fans don't enjoy the what if Team Ultimate Jutsus and wanted to see more canon related Ultimate Jutsus, to which CC2 obliged. Another thing CC2 listened about were the character types that everyone hated in Storm Revolution. Thankfully, they removed that. Regarding the future of the Storm games, Matsuyama stated that this would be the last Storm game in the series, but that would also depend on the wishes of Bandai Namco if they decided to create a new Storm game related to Boruto. Well, we all know how that turned out with some connections. In an interview with Race Digital, Matsuyama explained on how they managed to use the PlayStation 4 power for this game. The first thing we discussed as a team was it's not just about adding polygons. That's not the main thing we like doing. Instead, we wanted to give more lively expressions to the game. We wanted to express more reality into the game, which doesn't mean it's real. But for example, with Fireball Jutsu, previously it would just hit the enemy, but now it would set their clothes on fire, and if they go into water, the fire will go out. The natural behavior of things and giving a lively impression to the players. That's one of the main things we've been looking at using the next gen console's powers. In the previously mentioned Famitsu interview, a question arose on what did CC2 learn from the experience creating Storm 4 for PlayStation 4. Matsuyama said, "During the development we learned that PlayStation 4 and CC2 are a great fit for each other. While working in post, we learned that the PlayStation 4 allows for film-like cinematics. This included the ability to apply various filters onto the 2D, such as technique called bleach bypassing, which gives the look of manga come to life, much like the anime." We've since fallen in love with the PlayStation 4. In an interview with Electric Playground Network, Matsuyama was asked what the players could expect from the game being on next generation consoles, and if it is possible to upgrade the visuals of the game.
And so now that we're going to get Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm 4 on next-gen consoles, what does that mean to the overall experience within the game?
We're using the new-gen consoles and we have one solid concept on this game: absolute immersion. In the previous title, we had new boss battles or maybe new controls that people could access easily, and of course we have those elements in this game, but we're bringing something more by utilizing the console's power and delivering a better ninja game experience to the fans.
Now with these games, they already look pretty much like they do on television. Was it a difficult thing to make them, or try to make them look better?
We got a lot of feedback from fans and people all over the world, and they're saying that the animation and graphics looked really nice on the 360 and PS3, so with the new gen consoles, can you really improve that? Is it possible?
Yeah.
We are, thanks to the new gen consoles, breaking and surpassing our limit. Don't worry about it. We're finding new ways to fine-tune a lot of stuff and make improvements to the animation style. So you can expect this game's animation and graphics to be a leap compared to the older titles.
All in all, that's about it regarding Stormforce development. I hope you enjoyed this and the previous documentary type videos on this channel regarding the Storm series. It was a blast digging and learning new things about the development process of some of my favorite Naruto games. But what do you think of all this? If CC2 had more time, would this game be even better? Let me know in the comments below. But yeah, that's all from me. I wish you all a nice day/evening. Bye guys.